Okay, I want to talk to you very briefly in the clearest way I can to help you understand about the different postures that meet different needs in your yoga practice. So I'm going to sum up a quite complex yoga theory in a few minutes, so I hope I do it well. So the postures that you see in yoga are based primarily into two categories. One of them, there's this whole beautiful group category called Langhana practices and postures, and the other one is Brahmana practices. And these are distinctly different. They're almost opposites actually. So what they do, if we look at a Brahmana asana or a Brahmana overall practice, what you could think of that very simply as an energy deposit. It's about, Brahmana means to build up or nourish, to add something to a system. Whereas Langhana is completely the opposite. It means fasting or to reduce, or think of taking something away. So if you think of menopause and say some of the classic symptoms that go on in menopause, say anxiety is extremely common. So what we are wanting for anxiety, we are not wanting to add something to a system that's already overwhelmed and overloaded. So you're wanting a Langhana practice, something that will reduce. You want to take something out of that over agitated system. So you'd use a Langhana asana, or you'd use a Langhana practice, which is basically the theme of Langhana goes right through the whole practice. Whereas if you think of another one of the common symptoms in menopause, depression can hit some people. And what depression needs lifting up. It's like this sinking down into heaviness and lowness. So someone suffering depression needs a Brahmana practice or a Brahmana asana to add something, to nourish and build up that system that's gone very heavy. So I'm just going to give you two posture examples that are very simple and easy for you to do, and more than that, it's just for you to know what to look out for if you've got your own yoga already going on, or if you're going to start up some yoga. So say in the case of the anxiety, any Langhana practice where we're reducing, trying to take out, it's all about postures that happen when you breathe out on your exhale. So if you think about it, that's the part of the body or the system where you release and let go. And in yoga, most of those postures are about when we bend forward. Like when we bend over, either from sitting and bending forward or standing up and bending over, the belly gets squished. We breathe out naturally in those postures. So that posture, a lot of you would know already, called child's pose, basically where you're just down on the floor and you put your forehead on the floor and your buttocks might come back onto your sitting bone, onto your feet, or they might hover above it, and you put your arms just where they're comfortable. That's a classic Langhana posture, where you're just, and it's soothing and it's easing. If that posture's not so great, you can just do a seated forward fold or stand up and fold over. Just some way that your body's kind of compressing, and it's almost like that embryonic feeling of squeezing. And so if we think of the opposite, if we think of a Brahmana posture for someone who's depressed and really needs energizing, it's all about the inhale. So it's any posture that you're really exaggerating your inhale. So that always happens when we take up our arms up over our head. So a simple Brahmana expanding posture is just simply stand there and take a really serious inhale and just lift your hands up over your head. And then as you breathe out, just bring the hands back down to your side. If you are a yogi already and you know warrior, Virabhadrasana, that's also a really good Langhana, Brahmana, not Langhana, Brahmana posture. So I hope that helps you. The one more thing I would say about it, time of day is really important. Obviously you don't want to do a posture, a Brahmana, waking up, energizing posture just before you go to bed. So if you're doing it at night time, you nearly always want your posture to be about exhaling, settling the body down, taking things away from the body. Langhana. I hope that helps you some way on your journey through menopause and yoga. Namaste.